stretches in, get those pictures taken, get ready. You might want to buckle up for this workshop because it is going to be a killer ride, I can tell you that. Right? We saved the best for last. So be ready. So we just got through talking about being a high-performing coach. Very important. You got to have that down, a foundational heart and lung issue, right? And now we will be talking to you about how to be a top-performing leader. Who would like to become a top-performing leader? Yeah? Sometimes that's not something you think about when you join the business. You get involved, you're taking the product, you're sharing it, and before you know it, it's like, wow, I've got this group of people following me, and you are a leader, and you have to learn how to navigate leadership responsibilities, which is very different than a management responsibility or an administrative responsibility. It's like, how do I lead and motivate people? And we have two extremely talented and qualified coach leaders that will be talking to you about that in just the next minute here. I first want to remind you, though, that following our workshop, we will have, for those that have pre-ordered the boxed lunches, remember you can get those over here on the MCC Fifth Avenue Terrace, all right, outside by the info desk. Also a reminder for general session at the Bridgestone Arena. That will begin at 2 o'clock. And hopefully everyone learned yesterday, they have the little bag check there. I saw lots of people dumping out water bottles and liquids. Apparently they don't allow that in the arena, so just be prepared as you go over to Bridgestone that there will be a bag check and they do not allow liquids into the arena. So be ready for that, okay? All right, you guys, our final speakers are here to talk to you about how to become a top-performing leader. Let's give a huge round of applause. This is our last workshop of the day. Let's get it ready. Huge round of applause. Let's hear the noise for Kristina Delgado and Karri LeGault. Let's go. Bring it up. All right.
Wow.
welcome you guys.
Wow. Thank
Very
you.
excited to have you.
Thank you very much.
Kristina Delgado, she is from Miami, Florida. Where's Miami? Co-founder of Diesel Nation. Kristina is also a wonderful wife and mother of 2 children, Marley and DJ. And she is a former attorney turned Beachbody coach.
That's right.
Nice choice, Kristina.
I agree.
Wonderful. Her accolades in Beachbody are second to none. She is a superstar diamond coach. And not only is she a 2014 elite coach, but has achieved the elite status 3 times. Very cool. And is also a Success Club 10 legend. So Kristina Delgado, everybody.
Thank you, Craig.
All right. All right, Karri LeGault. Karri is from, let me see if I get this, is from Leominster, Massachusetts. So I could be Massachusetts.
You did a great job.
I could be from
Yes.
Leominster. She was telling me it's not Leominster, Craig. It's Leominster. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, close enough. All right. She is also the mother of 2 girls, Natalie and Noella. Both mean Christmas.
Yes.
This is very cute. And she told me next month she will have been married to her husband for 9 years. So happy anniversary, Karri. She is a former nationally ranked swimmer from Texas A&M and now a fitness guru.
That's right.
So, that's right. Also has extremely excellent Beachbody accolades here. She is an 11-star diamond coach, a 2014 elite coach, a status that she has achieved also 2 times as an elite coach.
Yeah, baby.
And is a Success Club 5 legend. So, Karri LeGault, everybody. So, Kristina, Karri, take it away. Thank you.
Well, hello there. Are you guys awake? You think?
Maybe a little more.
I don't know. Are you awake? All right.
More like it.
I mean, come on. This is the last session that you guys are going to listen to from coaches that are just giving you information that's going to help you grow your business. Do you want that? All right, well, that's what we're here to deliver. And I just wanted to say, Karri, what an honor it has been to be paired up with you. The first time you
At the
speak at
beginning,
some,
you're gonna make me cry.
I'm like, I'm not gonna make you cry, I promise.
Right at the start.
Why isn't that moving? There we are. All right, so, why are you here? Who wants to be a top performing leader?
Right, so before we get started, I was very much like many of you here in this audience. Last year, I started the year at Emerald Rank and went all the way to Elite. So this is possible for everyone. So let's just make a quick check to make sure you're in the right place. So are you here at Summit to advance in your rank?
Yes. What about increase your income? Money, 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 money. Yeah?
Build your team?
How about motivate your team? So many people struggle with that, right?
This is the place to help you define your culture too. Feel that community and define what you want.
And be a leader. Is that what you guys want? All right, then guess what?
Top performing leaders focus on 5 areas, and that's what we're gonna take you through today. We're gonna help you figure out ways for your team to grow properly. We're gonna have specifics right there for you. Develop a monthly plan. You are a business owner, so you should have a plan. You should treat your business like a business. We're gonna talk about tailoring to meet your coach's needs. We do it for our clients all the time, but we need to be careful and we need to do that for our coaches too. We're gonna talk about reacting to data. There's a proper way to do this, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to be proactive with it. Data is kind of my thing with the former middle school math teacher behind it, so we'll jump right in there. And then we're going to talk about, as you grow as a leader, what that shift is going to look like and what delegating might look like for you in your business as you grow. So
Absolutely.
These things are all part of leadership, but what does leadership mean?
Right, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can say about leadership, right? There's so many definitions of leadership. And I just want to say, I want to stop right here a second, and I want to grab your attention. I wish, I've been a coach now for 5 years. In August will be my 5-year anniversary. I wish that I had a seminar like this when I first became a coach. So please, learn, digest, and then implement. Right now, I want you to perk up. I want you to put your phone away, unless you're taking pictures of the slides, and pay attention, because we don't like to hide things. The coaches that have been invited to speak to you at Summit, I think they've done their job of being an open book. Would you agree with that? Right. I mean, there is nothing that we are hiding from you. There's no success formula that hasn't been shared. There hasn't been a tip that hasn't been shared with you. This is the time to really hone in on why you're here to develop your team and become that top performing leader. So pay attention. So when I was asked to help put together the PowerPoint for this presentation, how to be a top performing leader, there was 8 coaches involved in that process. And we put our heart and soul into this. And I was searching for a good quote to kind of lead us into this next section, which I believe is extremely important for you as a business owner, as a leader of your organization. And it's this one. It's control is not leadership. Management is not leadership. Leadership is leadership. If you seek to lead, invest at least 50% of your time leading yourself. Read that again. If you seek to lead, invest at least 50% of your time leading yourself. You're probably like, what? Because, right, yesterday Simon Sinek said that leadership is a decision to care for those that you are in charge of, right? He said that in the presentation yesterday. And now I'm kind of saying, you're not only supposed to take care of them, you're not only supposed to take care of your team, you need to take care of yourself. What do I mean by that? In the context of Team Beachbody, what do I mean by investing in yourself? It's right here. Snap a picture of that. You want to spend at least 50% of your time on you. This is at a minimum. At a minimum, 50% of your time, it's you in the trenches. It is you earning Success Club. It is you recruiting coaches into your business, developing customer relationships. If you heard the National Wake Up Call that I did recently, I talked about one-night stands and marriages. You're developing marriages with your customers. You are leading challenge groups. I mean, you've heard the awesome talks about how to develop great challenge groups. You are doing that for your business. Have I said anything about your team? Have I said anything about your team? I haven't. Why? Well, it's funny because I asked, and Karri remembers this, I asked a bunch of top coaches recently about earning Success Club and recruiting. And you know, we all love to like talk about ourselves. Have you like realized that yet? And it was like this floodgates. I asked, I was wondering, what was the income, the average income of a Success Club All-Star legend? I was always curious about that, and it was this flood of comments. And the incomes of Success Club All-Star legends, and obviously I'm generalizing here, not everybody is there, and people that recruit coaches into their business, that have a recruiting culture in their own personal businesses, were hitting six-figure incomes between 2 and 3 years of being in the business. And I'm not saying Success Club once in a while, I'm saying all the time. And so this is the time when you sit back and say, man, you know, I'm an emerald coach, or I'm a new diamond coach, and I feel like I spent all my time, you know, going like this to 8 people. If you're a diamond coach, you're like, stay right there. No, you stay right there. Right? Don't you feel sometimes like you're, and what are you doing? For 30 days out of the month, you're going like this. And what's not happening? You're not recruiting, you're not bringing new people into your organization, and you're not hitting Success Club consistently. I'm telling you right now, it's the key to those six-figure incomes. And then focusing on renewal, I just obviously hit the clicker by mistake, but you have to invest time in yourself. That's personal development. That's your exercise. That's your drinking your Shakeology. That's fun. And according to Chalene Johnson, we have to have more sex, right? So you gotta focus on yourself, your family, your faith, the fun that you have. And now let's talk about the team. Real quick, what are you doing for your team? For the 8 people, or the 2 people, or the 1,000 people? You're leading them. You're helping them be successful. You're hosting business opportunity calls. You're managing team calls. You're hosting webinars. You're helping them be successful. Are you kind of, just dragging them along? No, you're teaching them how to do these things as well. If you do them, it is more likely that your team is going to do them. But guess what? If you don't do them, then what happens? Nothing, right? Nothing happens. No one's learning. No one's growing. So at least 50% of your time, you are mentoring, leading, talking to your team. Karri.
Excellent. So those are all wonderful points, and getting us to this is, how do we make sure we're not in that, oh my goodness, I'm watching everybody in survival mode? How do we get to growth mode? And how we do that is implementing simple things such as a monthly team calendar. What does that do for your team, especially your new coaches? It brings them in with a game plan. How much more comforting is that to know that you're coming into an entire team where you're all going to be on the same page, you're all working towards those same goals. It's going to, promote organization. I am not Emerald. Wish I was, but I don't have that organization piece. This allows us to get all on the same page in a very easy way. It creates a system that's easy to duplicate. So as your leaders are growing, as you are growing as leaders, you can take what works for you and run with it. A monthly calendar, I think, is something that you definitely need. It boosts productivity and your focus, but it also, I think, makes you be intentional with your time. Time is so important to me. Yes, I am a full-time Beachbody coach. I do not work full-time hours, so those hours that I do spend need to be intentional, they need to be efficient, and this keeps us on track. It tells coaches what to expect, like I mentioned, what they can plan for, what they can invite to. So again, you're not in that survival mode, you're moving into that growth mode of a recruiting culture that's so organic. That was the scariest thing for me. I sat at Emerald rank for 6 months. I was like, who's gonna join me? Well, my husband and one of my best friends will, so I finally got the courage to ask them, like crazy. Had I had a recruiting culture in which we did some things regularly each month, it would have made it a lot easier, and a lot easier for me to share that with my team right from the get-go.
Absolutely.
So what might that plan include? And we're not saying it needs to include all of these things clearly. It's gonna have to be tailored to where you are and what your needs are and what the team needs of your team are. Highly recommend team call. I don't care if there's one person on the call. I don't care if you're doing a Zoom call by yourself and recording and posting that recording. Start that now. I wish I started that earlier. Sneak peeks or coach open house, one or the other. If you don't know what that is, ask your star upline, ask around for different ideas. Business opportunity webinar or call, those are great to have. We're not saying do all these things every week, or we're not saying do all these things every month, whatever is going to fit for you. Coach Basics training group, absolutely. Get them started on the right foot, get them going in the right direction. Here is one that might work, might not. Emerald to Diamond training group, as needed. Eventually you'll be doing these things if you're not already. Diamond push groups, those are so fun to be part of. I highly recommend getting into one of those. You might be sitting here and not feeling that you're ready to be a Diamond coach yet, but someone's gonna be, why not you, right? So that's a great experience. And then it suggests start dates. So what do these start dates do? They create urgency for your new coaches. So their invites aren't salesy. Oh yeah, you're interested in my Shakeology Challenge? Awesome, it starts August 3rd. That's not salesy, So it creates that nice, easy way for them to create urgency, get some feedback, get some responses, get some commitments, and it doesn't do it in like an aggressive,
it's totally,
this feels icky kind of way.
It's totally organic.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that word, by the way.
I know you do.
And this is just an example of what a calendar may look like for you and your team. Again, I stress example. But what I do also want to stress is take something from that right now and go with it. Implement it this month. It's not too late. I'm saying implement in July, right now. Get it started, plan out August together, and start working in a more organized way to get everybody on the same page.
I have a really funny story about this. Can I share it?
Sure.
Okay. I learn something every year, and I think that's just a testament to this kind of business. You can never stop learning. And as Becky and my sister, we were laughing about this because I told her, I'm like, in that summer presentation that I'm doing, and my coaches are gonna laugh, these top coaches have a calendar. And I'm like, we don't have a calendar. And I'm like, we need one right now. So we just 2 months ago.
Can I tell you something funny?
Oh boy.
We created this outline together. I didn't have one yet either. And so we started planning 3 months out, and I was like, this is such an easy tool to start.
Yeah.
And
it's been amazing.
It's great, right?
In the last 2 months, we have a team of 8,500 coaches, and it's the first time I feel like I'm in control of what's happening, and I'm not just throwing darts at a dartboard. Hey, I feel like doing a opportunity call tonight. Hey, anybody want to join? Hey, I'm gonna start a challenge group over here. Anybody want to join that? Everybody is on the same page, and they know what to expect. It's a beautiful thing.
It's simplified things so much. I would get those personal messages. So is the Shakeology Challenge starting the first Monday of the month this month? Or second Monday?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, when do you want to start it?
Yeah, and then you have 5 conversations that going at the same time. This is a way of not only having your leaders, because your leaders don't have to do what you do, right? If you have a team and maybe you have a diamond coach on your team, they can go ahead and do their own calendar, but you're at least setting the example of what one would look like for you and for your organization, so that then they can go duplicate it.
And if you're Emerald, go all out. Do the whole year.
Yeah, exactly. That's my sister. All right, this is my favorite part. This is what changed my business 2 years ago. I was a struggling 5-star. You're probably like rolling your eyes, but I was all about me. Everything was what I wanted to accomplish, that walk across the stage as an elite coach, me, 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 me. It was quite annoying. And I had a conversation with Barbie Decker, now Barbie Kalev. Do you guys know who she is? She's amazing. And she said, well, I understand you're kind of feeling like down in the dumps because, you barely made elite that year and, it's hard. And I was burnt out. I felt burnt out. And she goes, what are you doing for your team? And I'm like, uh-oh. I don't know. I'm just holding my rank. And she goes, you need to change that. And this is where this was born for me, tailoring my coaching style. I have a lot of coaches on my team. In our organization, there's a lot of coaches. Every single one is different. You cannot have a cookie-cutter organization where you say and do the same thing to every person that you sponsor. You have to connect on a deeper level. I have coaches on my team like Monica Lopez, Danielle McKean, Veronica Semino, all of these coaches that have huge goals, absolutely mind-blowing goals that they want to accomplish with this business. I don't talk to them the same that I talk to, here we go, someone that I sponsored in February of this year. And, sorry.
I'm praying.
Turn around.
Okay.
She came to me at 410 pounds. And I know. And I told her, I do not want you selling anything. I do not want you earning Success Club. I do not want you focusing on getting to Emerald. I don't want any of that. I need you to save your life. And
yeah.
sorry, I've been crying all day. I didn't want her to be productive as a Beachbody coach. I needed her to focus on her. And I've been doing that a lot more often lately, where I know that, yes, my elite points might suffer because I'm not pushing someone to, earn Success Club, but I really want them to have a positive Beachbody experience. And while I have coaches that come in and hit Success Club their first month and I speak to them differently, you have to realize that not everybody's the same and not everybody's goals are the same. Take an inventory right now of who's in your team, whether it's 1, 2, or 100. Do you know what their why is? Do you know why they are a Beachbody coach? Do you know what their goals are? Do you know if they just want the discount? Do you know if they want to do this as a hobby and make a couple bucks? Maybe be an elite coach or a top coach. How would you treat them differently if you knew what they wanted? And one of my favorite quotes of all time in this business is, in order for you to get what you want, you need to help a lot of people get what they want. That changed my business. That perspective completely changed my business. Can it slow you down a little bit? Sure, absolutely. It might slow down, a rank advancement or your income maybe. But I promise you that when Idelis, my coach, weighs 130 pounds, which is her goal, that she's gonna be one hell of a Beachbody coach. So take a look at who you sponsor and treat them responsibly. You have an opportunity to help change someone's life in more than one way. Respect that, and treat them how they deserve to be treated with them and their goals in mind.
Right. Yeah, so what drives them? Exactly. What drives them? You need to have that to know how to help them grow their business. You need to know your business to grow your own business. But as a leader, you need to have what drives them.
Yep.
And when we started working together, I knew that this was going to be a really easy, conversation for us to have on stage because our hearts were in the same place. I was terrified about speaking on the top of top performing leaders. Like this has been a crazy, crazy ride. And I was often asked, what are you doing for growth? Generations down, this just my 3rd-year anniversary, and it's putting their needs in front of mine, putting their goals in front of mine. Their goals, my goals are not theirs. Right. They never will be. But to help them see their potential and help them get to know their business is what I need to do as a leader. And part of the business is business. It's data, data, data.
Yes.
So we have to be aware of our data so that we, was there another one there?
No.
Oh, okay. We have to be aware of our data so that we can, track our business in a proactive. I want to stress that word. So if you're writing, write that word, proactive, not reactive. I have to practice what I preach right here. My husband and I often talk about this. He always just missed this little point. Between every action and reaction, there is a choice. And I would always just say, miss the choice. Like that was just a little dig. So the choice about using data in a proactive way is going to help you grow with your team in a much more relaxed way. There's no drama. There's no stress on Wednesday night on who has rank and who doesn't. It allows you to add value where you can add value. It allows you to help where they need help. Maybe somebody's sitting at, 2 Success Club points or 3, a quick phone call in the middle of the month, like, I see you working, girl, how are you doing kind of stuff. Or, if that's not your way, a private message or whatnot. It allows you to see who you can push in a nice way. I'm not really a hard pusher. I'm just like a soft one,
nudger.
a gentle, believe in them. And I think as you grow as a leader, being able to share share their ability with them, like what you see as their potential with them, they finally start to believe it. There's a whole great thing that data can help you do. It shows you who you need to reach down and mentor. As you grow, there's people lower and lower in your organization that you can reach down and grab up and embrace and work with. It identifies your builders very easily in little columns, and it helps you recognize people to celebrate them. Yeah. It was Simon yesterday, saying to say someone's name in front of their friends in a positive way is one of the most uplifting things. To hear your own name said is an amazing good feeling, and to do that for someone else, this data will help you do that. Before we get to the data, though, we have to talk about some things we might miss, right?
That's right. This is embarrassing. But you guys know that I am not one to shy away from, sharing the mistakes that I've had in the business. I think that when someone is an open book and shares and shares and shares, that's when people have those aha moments, those moments that are like, oh, and so you're like asking, why are they talking about data? And you're probably like, what data are they talking about, right? We're getting there, but this is just stuff that business owners do. Business owners know their business. Business owners know, you as Team Beachbody coaches should know, who is it that's deserving of recognition? Who is it that needs someone to say, are you okay? Yeah. Do you guys remember that from yesterday, how powerful that was? Sometimes someone will hit Success Club 10 and the next month they're at 0. Instead of saying, what's wrong with you? That's your opportunity to look in your sponsorship drill down and say, are you okay? Is there something that I can help you with? That makes a world of difference. But, okay, I just wanted to throw that in. But let's talk about mistakes.
Oh, boy.
When it comes to data. And do you want to share first?
Okay, because you think I would have learned. I've done this mistake not once but twice. I was not so excited about sharing a mistake because I felt like it might be taking my business, my responsibility away from me and putting blame on someone else. And then I started realizing, no, it's all good. I'm sharing something that I've learned, and hopefully I don't make it a third time. My sister, My sister is on this journey now with me, and she's a diamond coach. She is also a full-time worker. She works with the elderly. She also owns her own dance studio, and she's a lover of Beachbody, so much so that she's even hosting the Size and Pio training workshops at her dance studio. So there is no doubt that she loves Beachbody and everything Beachbody. But I, as a little bit of a data person, I've shared with her, to grow your business, you want your volume below you, a simple concept. And so she has her volume mostly below her, except for her Shakeology order. And I think everyone in here knows that's 90 PV, right? And to be a diamond coach, you need to have 100. So I've missed it twice. And my sister's on my left side, which has 5 diamonds. And so if my sister drops rank, I drop 2 ranks.
Yeah.
So just over 10 personal volume points, I've dropped out of, the 10-star bonus qualifying period twice. I've, 10 points. What in our online office is 10 points? Like the containers? Can we get the containers?
And
for 10
Annie is 25.
She has puppies. They eat those, so I know she would need more. But it's just something simple, a super, super simple, avoidable mistake. Had I used the data, had I looked at it properly, it's just making a list. It's not like I have 15 stars to look at. No, I'm kidding, but it's just a simple list of putting down those names and making sure they have the correct volume with them, So that was my mistake, not once, but twice.
And sometimes this costs dollar bills, right? Some of you are brand new diamonds. What the point of all of this is to teach you self-responsibility for your organization. You should be highly alert as to what is going on. Are people stopping their Shakeology? Why? Don't just let them go inactive. Ask them, what's going on? Are you okay? Get that conversation going with them. So I'm going to share my mistake. It just happened 2 weeks ago. It's funny. During this whole process of creating this PowerPoint, I had just gone through the 15-star qualification. It was the second time that I had to, hold the 15-star for 6 weeks, and I was tired. It's a lot of people to check up on. And I one day said, I'm not gonna look. I'm just not gonna look. I'm tired. And I woke up on Thursday morning and I ran to my back office and I checked all the business centers. My husband's business center is one, which obviously we worked together on it, and he had dropped to Emerald Coach. And at this point of the business, I've been a coach for 5 years. I'm an open book. His account makes really good money on a weekly basis. But as an Emerald Coach, you should know that you cap at $250. So we capped out at $250, lost about $1,000 that week. Yeah, right? It's that hurt. I was depressed for 3 days, and it was on me. And you're probably saying, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Guess what? You will be. If you are proactive about your business, if you know what's going on in your business, if you're recruiting coaches into the business, you want to know what's going on, because one day you will wake up and you will be making $1,000 a week or $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, and you need to be a business owner. Be a business owner. Know what is going on in your organization. And hey, Emeralds, this goes for you too. It's not just diamond coaches. You should know what's going on in your business.
Absolutely. And we're going to continue a little bit more with data and what you should actually be looking for. The simplest report and our favorite.
That sponsorship.
We love to hate to love. Well, I don't know how. But anyway, the sponsorship drill down report. That report is so valuable to growing a business. Yep. And it's important for you to be able to know how to filter it, how to be able to look at it, and how to be able to get the data that you're looking for in a quick and easy way. You can be scrolling and looking for a long time for certain things, and a lot of your information can be found in that sponsorship drill down. Again, you can find where you can add value, where you can help. and where you can celebrate people.
And here it is.
Yeah.
Do you guys raise your hand if you've been in your back office and you've seen this report? Okay, there's some hands that are down. Well, guess what? Now you know.
Exactly.
Right.
And it was a long time before I knew that we could filter the report and look 5 levels deep. Again, might not be there yet, but you will be someday, and you'll have that answer already. You'll notice on the slide they have circles for you to see. When someone is red inactive, what does that mean? It means they're projected to be inactive at the end of that week. If there's black inactive, they've already been inactive in that current week. There's that column for personal volume, the column for customer volume. Some people don't know this. I didn't know this for a while. The customer is added to your orders to make your personal volume column. So just different things like that. A last little tidbit for this slide from me is that you can scroll. You can see all those weeks. If you're on a smaller tablet or phone or whatnot, the data doesn't look like that it's that extensive, but make sure you just scroll right.
Scroll right. This way. Well, for them.
Yeah.
It's this way. Okay.
Anything else that you look for in there?
I live in the sponsorship drill down. I live there. I check it probably 5 times a day. I know I'm a little bit neurotic, but it's our business. It is our business. And what do we do with that information? We just don't smile at it and say, "You're so pretty." No, we recognize people with
Absolutely.
it. I mean, not only does it affect, rank and all of that stuff, income is obviously something that you're looking at in the sponsorship drill, because if you lose rank, like I did, we lost some moolah on that little mistake that I made. It allows you not only to avoid mistakes, but to blow up your business. And what are we talking about?
Right.
Recognition.
Yeah,
right?
it's not data that's going to help you grow your business. It's going to chart your business for you and let you know where you stand, but it's always the people behind those numbers that are going to allow you to blossom into the incredible leader that you all can be.
Absolutely. And what do we do? What, as a top performing leader, do we do with that information? And it could range from a lot of things, from Success Club to volume shout outs, maybe nudging. We're gentle nudgers.
Yeah.
My team might disagree, but we're gentle nudgers of Success Club. If someone's at 4 points and there's 3 days in the month, hey, cheering them on and posting in a team page, right? How many of you guys have seen posts like this? Right? These are examples of what we do as top performing leaders to help you become a top performing leader. And how simple is this? We're putting people before the numbers. Like Wendy's on our team, she's a 5-star diamond coach, and we started doing these leader spotlights of coaches that were going above and beyond, that they were really showing great leadership, that they were, just rocking their business and stepping up to the plate and hitting their goals. And so that day, Wendy, she told me, she said, I spent the day in tears just by putting up that one post of her drinking her Shakeology with a little banner that said Leader Spotlight. That really took me 2 minutes to create. And Wendy's been on fire since then. What are some of the things that you do?
Yeah, like you said, all types of milestones. On our team, we recognize physical transformations like that Never Give Up one. We recognize our new coaches, but we also recognize different types of personal milestones like new members to our Fit and Fierce family, new baby arrivals, little fiercelings. We celebrate those on our team page. We celebrate other victories, like if somebody's doing their first 5K or half marathon. I just got goosebumps because this is what it's about. It's about their individual journey. This past Boston Marathon, I had five people in my downline running the Boston Marathon, and we celebrated them and we track them. We track them all day long. It's not just about Beachbody. It's about developing them entirely as a leader, making a loyal friend, making that friendship stronger. That's what I would do as a friend anyway. I would celebrate them. I would be so excited for them. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
not only a victory for them, it's a victory for our team because they're representing the community that we're trying to build. And when they're doing something great, we need to celebrate it because we want more of that.
Absolutely. One of the things that I love to celebrate is Success Club. And some of you might be saying, well, I have only 2 coaches on my team, and it's my husband and my aunt, and and then you sponsor that one coach, right, that comes out of your challenge group and is new, and you're not sure, what to do yet, but you're learning, and they don't hit Success Club, but what are they doing? They're trying, right? They're trying. They're working their butt off in their challenge group. They are, you could tell they're, posting on social media. You can recognize actions. You don't have to only recognize results.
Right.
And that's important because any kind of recognition is going to make your business grow. I know for us, it's changed everything.
Yes, and something as simple as like, oh my gosh, I loved your video today,
Yep.
or you were so incredibly transparent with your story. Just
Yep.
little things that you would say to a good friend. I mean, I heard from the last one, if you want to take them to coffee, like
Yep.
you should want to go to coffee with all of them. These are the types of things that you should be celebrating and you should be recognizing to add value to them.
Absolutely. Do you guys find that helpful? Do you understand in the power of recognition, right? Do you understand it? Yes? Yes, nod. Yeah, it's huge. People crave recognition. It is not rocket science, right? These things, they might take you a few minutes to create, but they make the world of difference in the people that you're bringing into the business. And you should be doing this in your challenge groups too, because that's what's going to create.
I feel like we do it in an easier way for our challenge groups,
Right.
but
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
on
It's
this
so
journey.
important.
Yeah.
Just recognize. All right, let's move on. Are you guys finding this helpful? Okay, I'm glad because we put a lot of work into this. This is it's like a labor of love, to put up these presentations for you guys, and we just love doing it. We love sharing. So we're almost done. Can you believe it? You're almost done with all your summit presentations, but we've got a few more to talk about. These are important. Let it go, let it grow. And I put that in there with the intention of I wanted to sing Anna and Elsa.
Thank you.
Just kidding. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to be the person that does everything in your organization. It took me forever to figure this out. Remember when I said earlier that I was struggling? 5-star diamond coach, I was burnt out, I was burning the candle at both ends, I was a practicing attorney, I had my husband, I had my kids, I had the house, I had this, I had that, I had everything, and I wouldn't let anyone do anything on my team. I had to do it all. I had to host a call, I had to post in the groups, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do Coach Basics, I had to, everything. You do what I do, that's it, because I do it right, right? That was my mentality.
Yeah.
I do it right. My husband's gonna disagree with that, but I am like, someone else is going to screw this up, and I can't let that happen.
Or you let them try and then you fix it.
Yeah, and you're like,
Maybe.
I'm telling you right now, stop doing that. Stop doing that. We need to encourage independence of our teams, of our organizations. You need to empower people. Even if you're an emerald coach and you have one coach with you working the business, you guys should team up and have that coach help. You're probably saying like, how? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But this is important stuff because just like this week, just an example, I'm here. I've literally not answered any messages from anyone back home because I really want to be present here. I want to take this all in. Summit to me is extremely important. I hope it is for you too. And I have a new coach training going on right now. It's going on right now as I am in Summit. So what I did was I asked one of my coaches to lead it while I was gone. Post in the group, edit it as you see fit. Whatever you think you need to do, you think you need to move a post the other day because the energy's kind of dropping, you do it. You do it. What does that do to her? She becomes a leader.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
I gave her permission to be a leader, and a lot of people need permission to lead. If you're not empowering those in your organization, first of all, you're going to burn out, absolutely burn out, because it happened to me. Second of all, you're not letting anyone grow. And when I started kicking people out of the organization, everything changed. Elite coaches coming, multiple star rank advancements. People were hosting their own team calls. People were hosting their own, and I'm sitting here going, oh my God, I have nothing to do. What do I do? Everybody's like so successful. And it changed. Our incomes just, they grew and our ranks grew. It was a beautiful thing to see. So what can you ask people to help you with? And Karri and I had some difficulty with, we're not saying to go hire someone.
Right.
Yes, if you're a, superstar 2 and all of that, yeah, sure, assistants are great. Even if you're a mom, having someone help you do the laundry and all that, that's great too. What we're saying is just have your coaches help. You don't have to do this alone. Delegate certain responsibilities, things like posting the National Wake-Up Call announcements in your team pages. Really? Do you have to do that? No, you can have someone do that every week. They think it's cool. They feel like they're part of something, that they're helping. You can have people post in your training groups. You can rotate that. It doesn't have to be one person. Maybe someone do it one week and then the next person do it the next week. I mean, these are just examples of things that you can do to, at least at this very point of your Beachbody career, whether you're new or a seasoned coach, that you can start implementing right now. Why? Because, like I said, you might not be making big bucks right now. You might, be saying, maybe I'm not. I'm telling you, if you stick around and you earn success and you recruit and you do all the things that you're learning here at Summit, one day you're gonna have that. You're gonna have a team. You're gonna have all these things, and you want these things in place already. You want your behaviors to already promote these kinds of activities. Not like me. Sometimes I feel like, man, I've made so many mistakes along the way. I wish I had done that. I wish I had listened to Hillary. Hillary, I've listened to her for the last 5 years. I wish I just would have implemented that when she said it. You can do that starting right now. What about you?
Well, the word delegating scared me, to be honest, at first. I didn't feel like I was delegating. And then when I dove into what delegating looked like for me as a leader, I realized it was empowering coaches. Yep. And I feel like I do a pretty good job of that, of empowering the leaders. You say kicking them out. And that was scary at the beginning. I was like, okay, now I'm alone with my new coaches again, and here we go again. So when I made the connection that delegating was not directing, when delegating was empowering, when delegating was not being a manager or a boss, delegating was empowering, I was ready to say, okay, I am a leader.
Yep.
I had an aha moment in a John C. Maxwell training here at Summit, and it's changed my life, and I hope you guys, I wish for you all to get some nugget like that this week with us. Maybe you've already experienced, but the nugget for me was we were in the training with this incredible motivational speaker. I could sit and talk and listen to him for days. I wish he was in my family, to sit by the fireplace and just be in awe. This incredibly powerful, incredibly smart, talented man. And at the end, we had a Q&A session, and one of the coaches in the audience stood up and he said, if you had a do-over, what would it be? And everyone scooted up on their seats, what is he gonna say for his do-over? And he said, if I had a do-over in the beginning, I wouldn't have done it alone. And I was like, oh my goodness. And at the time, I was very much like you were saying, I was doing it on my own. I wasn't alone. I mean, I had a sponsor. She was incredibly helpful. I had an upline that was supportive, but I was kind of running a race by myself. And then it hit me. This is not a race. We hear speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack, but we don't want you to think of that as physically running. If you run, you can succeed alone. If you walk hand in hand, you can succeed together. And that's what we're asking you guys to do as leaders. Walk hand in hand, literally. So we're gonna be corny and we're gonna ask you all to grab hands.
Stand up.
And stand up. And know and feel that you can be a leader.
Absolutely. I think you guys have heard it before. Raise your hands. Together, we are better, right? Am I right? You guys, you can drop your hands. Right now. Don't leave. Don't leave. You can stay standing. You have a choice. You have a choice right now. You have a choice to set your intention of what you want to do. If you're going to take, all this information that you've learned, all the money you've invested to be here, and throw it away, or freaking become a leader.
Right. If you need permission, you have our permission. You earn this. You are here. You deserve this.
Do what we just told you to do. These are the things that helped us. We're not making this up. Right now, you have the information to go be a top performing leader, and you are one right now. So take that fist up, look at the person next to you, and give them a big fist bump, because right now, blow it up, blow it up. Right now, you are a leader! You guys, that's it for us. Have an amazing closing ceremony today. Today's gonna be outrageous. Go out there and change your life and change the lives of everyone around you.
Excellent. Nice job.
I love you too.
We love both of you. You guys did such an awesome job. Let's give another huge round of applause for Kristina Delgado and Karri LeGault.
So good.
Powerful stuff. Thank you so much, you guys. Hey, thanks to you, our audience, for your wonderful participation, the great audience you've been. One quick announcement. You might hear this in general session as well, but just be aware, because of the extreme heat going on outside, we are going to move the celebration that is scheduled for LP Field, the stadium, that's scheduled at 7 o'clock. We're going to push that back to 8 p.m.
Yes, thank you so much.
so that we give the sun some more time to find its way out of the sky and cooler temperatures. So 8 p.m. at the stadium when that time comes. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.